Hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. How you doing? Fellas, y'all alright? Ladies, how y'all doing? Now, I'm serious about my shit. So give me a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Alright. So, I just want to quickly talk about the text messages between Slob on the Knob, Ariana Curry, and Motel Hotel. Now, look. I just want to throw something out there right quick. Did she get her braces off? If she did, if she didn't, she had them on for like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years. My baby had braces for 6 months. Yeah. She lost her retainer, which I'm not feeling too good about, but 6 months. 6 months. You know why she only had them for 6 months? Because I took her to the orthodontist every month to get them tightened and, get the rubber bands replaced. Maintenance. Come with me. Listen to me, Linda. Maintenance is the key. Now, right on into these text messages because I'm not going to be before you long. Because I'm trying to get out my part 2 to the Real Housewives of Atlanta before the show airs. Remember, I'm a working girl now, so the weekends is about all I can do. So, anyway, menopause, exhaustion, and being at work all day. It's a motherfucker. Do you hear me? I'm going to have to do a video on perimenopause. I know I keep saying that I am, but I'm going to do it so I can get women that may be going through what I'm going through. Because one lady told me all she had was hot flashes. And one lady told me that all she had was a little hair loss. And I'm like, it's all bad. I said, well, cuckoo to you. Good luck for you. Because it's beating the shit out of me. I'm talking to the women who is beating the shit out of. I wonder, can y'all relate? But anyway, back to the lecture at hand. So, she gets on Instagram, if you will. And as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. So, she comes on Instagram and she shares these messages between her and Motel Hotel. I'm not exactly sure what is the motivation behind this. Carlos think he did his big one by bringing her on the show. All of this to me is to get back at Melody. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I don't care what anybody says. Miss Wanda is doing her Miss Wanda and saying that Melody is she brought all this on herself. So let me get this straight. You have a man, right? He's married to a woman straight out of college. So he knew what he was doing. To me, that's all trick of the devil. And because he knew she was upwardly mobile. You can tell a man, a dog ass man, can tell when a woman is going to be able to lift him up to where she is. See, men, on a general perspective, they can't do that on their own. Even when men, if you will watch, I'm gonna bring it around to a point. If you watch the Elevation or what is the name of that show? I cannot think. I was about to say the Elevation of Rodney Jenkins or the Motivation of Rodney Jenkins. Something about Rodney Jenkins comes on Peacock. Tracy Morgan is the lead. Erica Alexander is the co-lead as the actress. And then he has his girlfriend who used to play on double platinum or triple platinum or something like that with MC Light. She's a rapper. And she plays his younger girlfriend. But the person who elevated him was his accountant in the foreground, and in the background was his first wife, played by Erica Alexander. It just so happens they have a great relationship on this show. But what I'm saying is, a man can tell a woman who's going to elevate them. Those are the type of women they marry. Especially when a rich athlete marries a black woman for a change. They know. So, of course, Martell knew that he wasn't going to go pro, especially going pro from a HBCU being quarterback. It's just very, very rare. I don't know of anybody that's quarterback that's been from HBCU since Steve McNair. Not a great one. So that's that on that. So I made my point there. So Martell marries this woman fresh out of college, 22 years old. Still has a lot of life ahead of her, but it's still working hard, you know. And then he, for some reason in this marriage, he becomes discontented and unsatisfied. So he goes out and gets somebody who could satisfy him. You know, she got rusted braces. Way back then, had the same braces on her head. And was giving nothing. But now she's a nurse. And allegedly worth $1.5 million. And I said, everybody's like, where did this $1.5 million come from? I said, maybe she sold a BMW. Probably got about $30,000 from that. And then, just maybe, she was saving that $5,000 a month that Motel Hotel was giving her out of the household funds. And maybe she was a smart hoe with her money. But not so much as a smart hoe where he was concerned, because he has paraded on the show even. Now he got her looking like Sue's homemaker. On the show even. Several women. And now, allegedly, a woman who has claimed to be, allegedly claimed to be Mel's friend and his friend at one time, Destiny Payton. So Destiny, in the upcoming season, is supposedly, allegedly, to have had this affair with Motel Hotel. At what point was this affair going on? I don't know. But if it was happening, I think it happened previously. I think it happened prior to the marriage, and they realized that, you know, they couldn't be anything but friends. So, I mean, they stuck to the friendship. I think if that is what happened. But I do, like I said before, I do think that my original thought was that they could be real good friends. But, you know, even Mel said that, you know, she doesn't put anything past anybody. So, Arian goes into this tirade on Instagram showing these messages. And she's talking in code. And she's a horrible code talker. Yes, she is. Because she's talking to Martell. She's telling Martell, you know, Chicken Tender told all the business, told all Mel's business, allegedly, told him to go get a paternity test. I think Motel Hotel would have gotten that paternity test on Sugar Mama regardless if anybody had advised him to do it or not to do it, because he was being, this is how narcissists operate. He's an alleged narcissist, right? They operate in a mode of fantasy a lot of the times. So he's in his mode of fantasy during the period of time when Sugar Mama is born, because he knows what he has done. So it's no way possible that this woman who has left him several times, was able to be faithful. Because he was, right? So he's thinking in his mind, tit for tat. So he probably would have done that without encouragement. So she lays that out on the table. Who didn't know this, though? Who didn't suspect it, though? If you are a fan of the show, then you probably thought that this man was going to be tested. So that's no surprise there. And it's nothing wrong with being DNA tested, especially if you're not in a marriage, or sometimes if you are in a marriage. My children were DNA tested. If you got questions, go get your answer. Okay, I was only slightly offended with the second one because he kind of did that behind my back, but that's a different story altogether. But because we went together with the first one, because I ain't got nothing to hide. I guess he thought I had something to hide with number 2. Again, neither here nor there. So she goes on to talk about that, which was something that could have stayed under wraps. Now, a lot of people are wondering why she's calling Destiny chicken tender. Y'all don't pick up on that? She's saying that because possibly, in my mind, my opinion, is that either LeBaric, because you know LeBaric and Motel Hotel was still friends, regardless as to what went down with him and Destiny. LeBaric, I think, probably told Motel Hotel that Destiny only feeds Lil Law chicken tenders. I put 2 and 2 together. Because what bitches like Arian does is they have a tendency to think that they're slightly above women who actually work. And I think that Destiny for a very long time was working, and she was, while she's sitting up there calling her broke. And that brings us to the broke thing. She said something in defense of Mel, who said that, you were just a broke friend in alone, and then you got mad because you lost your meal ticket. Well, ain't nothing that I ain't said before. That, hell, I agree with. I think a lot of the reason why Destiny and Mel's relationship worked is because, hell, it was one-sided. Only one person was benefiting from the relationship. And that one person wasn't Mel. And then not only was she not benefiting in that way financially, she wasn't benefiting as a friend either, because in just generally perspective, in a general perspective, because she was telling, according to Trout Mouth Brace Face, Arian, she was telling the business, which again, don't surprise me. So she's airing Destiny out. She's saying she don't feed her son, allegedly, anything but chicken tenders. That's what I'm picking up from there. She's saying that she was telling Mel's business, and then she goes into Mel. She says that Mel gave up her family for a show and fame. Now, bitch. Now, this is where I got the rag tag all up in your ass. A show and fame, and you were in the picture? Are you okay, bitch? With your raggedy mouth? Are you okay? Your legs will spread to the moon anytime Motel Hotel gave you a call. Then you have the audacity and the nerve to say that Motel Hotel was chasing you. He was chasing your cat. Ho. He knew that if Mel legs were closed tightly, if Mel probably was on her cycle, if Mel was not in the mood, if Mel had that headache that women often pretend to have. If Mel just wanted to be alone without somebody trying to hump up on top of her after she had gotten off work, doing all the work and all the business for the family and having 4 children, he knew that he could go over there and your legs would be spread. Now. But even with your legs being spread down and him taking money out the household and him giving you a little Miles Morales, he still has not married your black ass. And that is what should bother you the most. A man chasing you, according to you, and still has not married you. A man who has put more women that are upwardly mobile ahead of you in your presence. Woman after woman after woman has been paraded in front of you and you stuck around. So a lot of the reason why now where was I? I was saying woman after woman after woman and you stuck around. You are like a little tiny, loyal, feist, as my mom used to call puppy. Because my mom used to say feist dogs, or they tiny, and they will protect your home regardless as to what you do to them. They're going to be loyal to you. And then they blame other people for the shit that you have going on in your home. But they'll bark at every other situation. Like how you're barking at Destiny right now. And real loyal and protected. But the master don't respect you. No matter what you do. No matter how you show your loyalty. You can give the master all your best dog food and all your best tricks. And he still doesn't respect you. You might want to take a look in the mirror, brace face, and ask yourself, now that I'm on the TV, Lucy and Ricky Ricardo, was it all worth it? Ask yourself that question. Because I'll be asking myself that question. Girl, clearly you ain't no damn Scorpio like Mel. Can't be. And Mel, while we are talking about things, girl, I never expected you to be talking about your brooding na 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 and your ooh la 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 and your poona na na na. You have too much going on to be over there worrying about what's going on with them. I wouldn't have. That's Scorpio behavior. Yes, we like to do get back. Yes, we like to retaliate. Yes, we like to get revenge and all of that. But at the same time, I would have let my success be my determining factor on that. I wouldn't even gave them nothing. Dust. Just dust. Because you haven't been making videos like those on your Instagram. Because I follow you on Instagram. You haven't been making those type of videos. You didn't start making those type of videos till they asses came out and said that she was going to be on the show. So you wanted to say something to Carlos through these videos and say something to Brace Face. And the thing about Carlos is, and that's one thing that I have noticed about him, he knows he's bothered. Trust me. And you could tell he's always bothered by some shit because he always in some shit like women. But he always acts like he's above the fray. Don't let him see you sweat, baby. And that's all I have to say about that. Come on in, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed caring. Drop down in the comments and let me know, what do you think about all of this? Are you cool with Brace Face coming to the show? Are you cool with Motel Hotel finally having a partner on the show? Because that's how she's going to be. Let me know. Do you think that it's going to be a Motel Hotel and a Brace Face wedding? I'd be shocked. And will Destiny get the chance to whoop her ass? Since we didn't see Mel do it, maybe we'll get to see Destiny do it. Whew. That will be entertaining television. I'm going to close there. And as I do what I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Juicy.